The Essential Education projector range from Hitachi sponsors ICT programs.
Middle managers take a lot of responsibility for advancing teachers' competence and confidence in the classroom. The use of ICT is one area where many teachers still feel less than confident. When ICT coordinator Julie Alcock arrived at St Thomas Primary in Wigan 18 months ago, the school was lacking in ICT resources and many staff were reluctant to incorporate ICT into their lessons. But with hard work, ambition and Julie's support, things have changed.
My vision is to create a positive ethos for learning using IT. I think it's a fantastic vehicle for children's learning. They're switched on to learn by IT. It's all around them, there's no getting away from it, so we might as well use it to teach.
Think, everybody.
When I first joined the school, there was one interactive whiteboard which was timetabled out, so each class got a for equal share in using it. Now there is an interactive whiteboard in every single classroom, so ICT is used every day in every lesson. We've got an additional bank of 15 laptops, so it can be used for whole class teaching. So it's a portable suite. It can be taught for ICT skills, freeing up the other laptops.
Let's see what happens.
Every teacher also has a laptop that they can use, that they connect up to the interactive whiteboard, but it means they can take it home if they want to. The government were aiming for 70% at this point in time, but we felt it was important for every teacher in school to have a laptop so that they could access all the software, the curriculum, and they had time to look at things to feel comfortable with their IT skills. Obviously there's a huge financial commitment, but you need quality resources for quality learning and teaching to take place.
When I was appointed to the headship of this school 18 months ago, the previous head was the ICT coordinator, and I didn't think that was necessarily the best thing for the school. One, I couldn't fulfil the role myself because that isn't necessarily where my skills lie, and two, I think with ICT everybody is finding it very new and trying to learn from it, and you need to learn by making mistakes. So I felt with the changes in ICT that there were and the way the school needed to move forward with it, it was really important that we had a teacher who was actually in a department teaching a class at the chalk phase, as it were, so that people could go to her and feel confident that she could support them without actually the head finding out.
My personal approach to IT leadership is to be approachable. You know, if there is a problem, I do want somebody to come and ask me. I don't want them to just mull through and find it really difficult, and then it becomes a huge problem. If anything's gone wrong, I've tried to explain to people exactly what it is so they know for next time, you know, so they don't feel like they're always asking me, because I know people don't like to be asking, and you know, they feel they've got a weakness in that area. So if I can have explained and they've been able to sort the problem out themselves. I think I've been very lucky because teachers' attitudes in the school have been quite positive. Everybody's been eager to really get on board with the IT. Obviously some people have been more eager than others, but everybody's been willing to participate. So it's made my job a lot easier. I've tried to show a commitment towards IT and show that it can be used, really. I've got a really nice little monitoring system with the Year 6 children, so if their timetable, the class is timetabled to have laptops, my Year 6 monitors pop them along and they arrive miraculously there. Then they feel they must use them, and that's helped as well.
I find Julie's been very supportive. She's always found time to help me or show me something. I haven't got the time to sit in front of a computer and try to work things out, because that can really take a long time. You can waste a lot of time trying to work things out yourself. So I do find if I am stuck, I tend to go and ask straight away rather than spend hours getting nowhere. I'm more confident now than I used to be because I've had to make myself learn certain skills in order to be able to teach it that I couldn't do before. And I found that the fear of it is worse than the actual learning and teaching of it. It really wasn't as bad as I'd expected it to be.
When I started last Christmas, I wasn't using ICT a great deal, and then when we got the smart boards in and then we started getting the laptops, and Julie's coordinator role just became a lot more full on because of the smart boards and the new laptops we had. I find myself now, I take a lot more risks using ICT because I know I've got that backup. There's somebody there to fix it or say, oh, no, have a go like this, have a go like that. And she's always shouting you in, let's have a go at this, let's have a go at that. And I think the staff as well feel a lot more confident now because there's so many more resources we can just have a little go at. And when we have the staff meetings, and Julie always does an idea for the interactive whiteboard, that really works. Because then you go away and you think, oh, well, I'll just have a little go.
The whole block, not just the apple. You can then colour it in. And then you can show them that it works as a block. So you just show the progression. I can turn it around as well. So I can move things around like that. And that's it. The biggest challenge so far has been time management. Lack of time is a huge problem. I could dedicate a massive amount of time to coordinating IT, but obviously I can't because my main role is to teach Year 5. I could do with another day in the week when nobody was here. I do spend a lot of break times, lunch times, helping people out because I want it to work for them. I find myself quite often at lunchtime being called out because something might have happened, there might have been a blip on the machine and it's not coming through onto the interactive whiteboard. Apparently there's no sound coming out of these two computers, so I'm just going to have a look to see whether the children have pressed a button. The teacher who's in charge has had a look through, doesn't know what it is, so I'm just going to see if I can find out what it is so she can get on with it. My role involves a small amount of low-level technical knowledge. I'm going to shut it down and see what happens. If in doubt, shut it down. We have a team of consultants that come in and help us with any big technical jobs. I just can't see anything obvious, so it's something which obviously I'm not trained to do. Oh, it's working now, isn't it? It was just turned down. One of the children must have fiddled with the buttons and turned it down, so it's just as simple as that. But when something goes wrong and it's a computer, you think it's about to explode, so you just don't touch it, do you? So I'll go back to Dorothy in a minute and just explain to her that they were turned down, so she'll know next time. This year I'm involved in hands-on support training or host, so I'll be a hands-on support trainer. I'll be supporting 2 schools, this school, my own school, and another school, in all subject areas, not to teach IT skills, but to use IT in numeracy and literacy. The host training starts off initially with a meeting with the teachers involved when we do an audit of their skills, where they think they're at with IT and what they'd like out of the host training. At the end of the 10 weeks, where would you like to be? What's your success criteria for the 10 weeks?
I'd like to be a lot more confident in finding things myself and, just be able to say, right, this is my objective. Oh, if we go in the gallery, we can do this with it, and being able to just set things up.
Okay.
And I'd also like to have ready-made resources downloaded to my laptop that I can use and adapt when I'm doing my planning, but a lot more. I think I just want a lot more on my laptop that I'm going to be able to use and to be a lot more confident.
Okay, so when I come into your classroom and we've got the session with the children, obviously they're going to have me and you, and we need to just sort out, if you like, who's in charge. Are we both equally in charge? If they want to go to the toilet, who are they going to ask? How do you want to play it?
I think it'd be better to both of us sort of be in charge. It'll just be like team teaching.
Okay.
They've got 2 teachers in this lesson and we're having a numeracy lesson.
Okay.
Do we set it up, I do the first bit, the main, and then you do the main, and then is that how we do it?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do it in lots of different ways. We can both take part in the main, or we can split it up. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do it so that? Then we go on to 8 sessions where I'm supporting the teacher in their class. It doesn't have to be 8 consecutive sessions. It's negotiable. Some rest time's usually quite necessary. And then in the final session, we look where we've got to and see if there's anywhere we need to go. if there's any more support I can give.
I started the hands-on support training, well, it was about a month ago, something like that now. Me and Julie have had our first few meetings, and it's really helped me. And it's brought me forward with ICT because I know I've got that guidance from Julie, but it's given me a lot more confidence to just go and have a go. And what I've seen is when I've been watching Julie, when we've been doing things together, and I've thought, oh yeah, I didn't know you could do that. And it's little tiny things that work. And before the host training, I didn't understand what they meant by put ICT in the class. I thought it was like, wow, you know, like really big stuff and flashing things on the screen. But just working with Julie and realising, no, it's not. It's just something as simple as having a chart on there and moving. Can you show me? I'm being a bit not very clever, but how did you get this in without writing it on the board?
Just what the
typing? Because I'd have wrote frequency.
So you can just, move things around like that. So you can tilt them.
But I can put that back.
Yeah. So if you couldn't fit it on there and you wanted to show that's where it was.
Where the graph was.
Yeah.
That's really clever.
So is that useful?
That is useful. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't write it on the side. One of the times I sort of was clicking and we had the whole tally chart up and we wrote things on the board and I don't know what I pressed and we pressed something and the whole thing wiped off. And I went into sort of a state of panic, but because Julie was there and she got up, we sort of got it back, she sort of quickly put some more tallies on. I carried on talking to the children. It taught me not to panic. If computers do go wrong, it's not the end of the world, because at one time it's like, turn it off. But now you think, no, hang on, get it back. It will come back, have another go, and the children will wait for you as well.
Julie being a hands-on support trainer ties in really well with her action plan for ICT this year, because she wanted to spend more time actually working with people, helping to train them up with ICT skills and building up their confidence. So when this came up, it fitted in exactly with our school improvement plan and what we were planning to do.
I think of myself as a middle manager and a leader, manage resources. So and I manage the scheme. I manage the assessment procedure, but I also lead in the subject. I've got the vision to take it forward. I make suggestions for staff to how they can take their IT skills forward, how they can use IT in the classroom. I don't think you have to be a super teacher to be a middle manager. I think you have to be enthusiastic and energetic and dedicated and positive, and that helps because you can spread that and then you become more effective. Since I've become an IT coordinator, I've been on the middle management course, which has helped my approach to the subject. It enabled me to see that it's important to start with the vision and work backwards rather than work towards something. I need to know where I'm going, but also to remain flexible as I'm getting there. Career-wise, my future plans, I haven't got any idea where I'm going after this in terms of my career. My plans are to develop this role and make sure that I can say that, yeah, IT is great in our school. Everybody's confident and comfortable with it. The children are getting a lot out of it in all areas. Their IT skills are good. They're confident users in other subject areas as well. And when I can say that, then perhaps I can think about where I'm going to next. Because I don't want to be a head teacher. I was thinking about opening a Starbucks, actually.
Essential education projectors from Hitachi sponsor ICT programs.